Guys, it's Stephen here. After Man City's 3-2 win against Fulham, that was not a good game of football. It really wasn't. I'm not going to sit here and pretend it was. We were pretty poor. And we got away today with that. We absolutely did. That was lucky. It was a very frustrating day. Ultimately, moments of quality. I'm going to bring up the stats on my phone here, by the way, because I haven't got my laptop in front of me. Moments of quality saved Manchester City. Fulham absolutely deserved that. They absolutely deserve something from that, at the very least. I mean, I think even a win wouldn't have been that unfair for Fulham, because I think they were the better team on the day. But we got through it. Which is sort of all that matters, you know. I'm looking at the XG as well. Fulham 2.07 to our 1.55. Big chances 5 for Fulham, just the 1 for us today. I know you're not all going to pay attention to stats, and the only one that matters are goals. But this is a Manchester City side. It's very different than that, obviously. We dominate games. So when your possession is as low as it is in this game by City standards, and you're getting massively outplayed in terms of big chances, you've got to pay attention to that. Of course, the only thing that matters right now is 3 points. We are in that stage of the season. We've been here a billion times where City are not very fluid. We make mistakes defensively. We get caught in the transition. We look a bit poor. We're in that early season slump. It comes around winter, always. And then Guardiola usually fixes it. Will he fix it? I don't know. He usually does. The only question mark now, of course, is with no Rodri, can we fix it? But then at the same time, you've got no Ake, no De Bruyne, and no Oscar Bob. Other players that would make a difference, you would think. We'll have to see how that goes. But I think the solution currently isn't in front of us. We haven't got the rhythm or the ideas currently. I don't know what it is, and if it's fixable, but we got lucky today. If Adama Traore can't, I honestly think I can finish better than Adama Traore. If he can strike a ball of any decency in a Fulham shirt against City, they probably win that today, which is terrifying. Even Walker came on to try and keep up with Adama Traore, but got absolutely rinsed with his pace. But it wasn't even that. Occasionally Adama Traore can outrun your defence with a 10-yard head start because he's that freakishly good. It was more the fact that they created chances with relative ease against this defence. I wasn't probably one who would join in the chorus of dismay at the first goal. Look, that pass from Raul Jimenez for their first goal was ridiculous. He sort of like dinked it over the defenders. No one expected that. And the guy just got in between, the two of them, and it was a tap-in. It wasn't great defending, but it was sort of like a moment of brilliance that caught everyone off guard, and Pereira took it quite nicely. But still, it was the stuff around it where we were slow in getting back, and what happens is everyone sort of rushes towards the line, and you've got a big gap at the edge of the area, or no one picks up the runners, or they're far too off them. I am not a tactical in that way. I'm not going to sit and be able to tell you what exactly went wrong in terms of the shape without watching the game again, and I haven't got the time to do that right now. But I do know is that we feel open. Very, very vulnerable. And Fulham, at times, were sort of dictating the game in our half, quite comfortably, playing really nice football. We are not moving properly as a team in terms of the transition shape. Getting back from attack to defence is just not there. We're caught out so easily. I think a lot of it falls on the shape and the personnel. Kovacic is a really nice midfielder, and I'm going to obviously praise him today for his goals, but he's definitely not got the positional awareness. And a couple of times where he just didn't win the 50-50s, you've got to win your 50-50s, where you're watching him. I'm going to look at his stats as well. I know he got a couple of goals today, but my gut tells me, ground duels today, 7, 1, 1. I'm just reading it here now. He only won 1 of his 7 ground duels. That is not good enough for a defensive midfielder. And I know he's not a DM, but he is playing in that role. Gundogan does not have the pace to get back either. These things matter. They were essentially outthought and outfought, literally in 2 ways. So smart decision making for them and more physicality from Fulham in the midfield. That doesn't help us. And then there's too much space defensively. Like the shape, for whatever reason, between the players isn't quite working. And teams are getting at us. It's really frustrating to watch. I hope we find a way to fix this, but right now it's concerning defensively. The positive is that we found a way to win. It's this time of the season, where we do go through these patches. How much of it's a Rodri-shaped hole, I don't know, but we've been here before with Rodri on the pitch where we started slowly. So I do think there's an element of, look, say we're like I think in terms of what's going on, I think it is still like 70% early season nonsense and 30% Rodri. It might be eventually more Rodri when we can't fix it, but I do feel this is sort of typically Manchester City nonsense. I could be wrong there. But nothing's changed. We are still fundamentally poor on the transition. We were with Rodri last season as well in the team. I remember it. So I don't know what's going on there. But today, I'd be amazed if Guardiola's anything other than really concerned watching that, because I don't think anyone really had a good game defensively. Ederson had a great game in goal, made some really nice saves. Looking at the team, I mean, Rico, vibrant going forward as ever, but defensively, he was caught out a little bit today. Kanji, Diaz, Josko, at times you could argue most of them caught out defensively. Vardiel had a couple of really nice blocks, which was really good. Kovacic, of course, with 2 wonderful goals. I do have a theory in general that the good thing about having like a high quality squad, even if you don't perceive the others as good as the other players, and Kovacic is not as good as Rodri, but the point anyway, largely, is that usually if you've got a high quality squad, the backups of such a quality as well, that they will tend to fill the quality void. Like, I think when you need someone to step up, when you've got brilliant players and winners, someone usually does, and it can often be someone you don't expect. Today, who would have predicted a Kovacic brace and a Doku 20-yarder? Like, no one would have predicted that, and that's the thing about this Manchester City side. You can question their defensive capabilities, absolutely, and right now they're not playing good football, but you can't deny their spirit and their character and their determination to win. That is still there in abundance. They've got that fucking, like, Real Madrid do it against teams all the time, and everyone lauds them for it. Today, you've got to give them a little bit of credit. Like, I'm not telling you to enjoy the performance, but I am telling you to respect the win, and I do respect it even if I didn't enjoy it, but it doesn't mean it's good enough. It isn't good enough. I expect Guardiola to fix it, but it's nice that we've still got that fucking annoying ability for everyone else to still grind out a win like that, because that was a big win today with Arsenal winning as well. We needed that, and we got the win that matters. Bernardo, by the way, and like, I know he got assist today, and he didn't do much wrong and all that kind of stuff, and looking at the stats, but I still feel like he doesn't offer too much. And there's a really nice assist for Kovacic, to be fair, who did most of the hard work. Doesn't offer that much on the right. He's not going to have the pace anymore, the work rate to get back on and he didn't cover that right hand side that much. He doesn't offer much dribbling wise, and I know he was actually man of the match on Sofa Scores at Bernardo Silva, but I just didn't see that personally. Thought Phil was pretty quiet as well. A nice chance created for Haaland early on, who toiled hard today, Haaland, but barely got a touch. Gundo did not have a good game again, and Jack didn't really offer much either. A big, nice deep cross to the back post of Bernardo, who picked up Kovacic for Kovacic's second, of course. But yeah, it wasn't particularly good. Doku came on and had a really nice impact. He was lively, got at people, nearly created a lovely little chance of Foden, slightly overhit the pass, scored a fucking beautiful goal. Like, is he downloaded some new patch notes or something like that? Some new DLC? Patch notes version 1.02, twatting the ball really hard. Whatever it is, Jeremy, I love it and keep it up. But it's great to see his impact on the bench. But overall, this is not a good performance today. It wasn't. We found a way to win. We got 3 points. And looking at the Premier League table now, it doesn't look too bad, The context, obviously, the season. Look, we're currently second. We're still unbeaten, which is massive. We're 1 point behind Liverpool. We're level with Arsenal. I forgot Liverpool played today. They beat Palace 1-0 away there. Jota scored early on. Look, we're in a good position still, We're keeping pace. We got players to return. I do hope with De Bruyne or Ake, Bob, not Rodri, and maybe a signing in the January, things will start to improve. I do think we've got the quality, but it's going to be a grind. It's going to be a grind, and we have to be better than that. We absolutely have to be better. At times, City look absolutely all over the show, and the thing that about City, and some people get a bit emotional and don't accept this, but I do know this to be true, is you genuinely can't question their desire or their focus or their work rate. They're brilliant players, ultimate professionals. So if you have a day like today where nothing seems to be going right defensively, it's because they're not settled right, it's because they're not in the right rhythm yet, or because something isn't working. And that's the thing is, do we have the capability to fix it? We do. Can we fix it this season? Have we got the personnel to find the right shape? I don't know. But it's going to have to happen, at some point. I expected when Rodri was out to have this spell of awkwardness and difficulty. And Fulham, just bear in mind, Fulham have come into this game in really good form and very confident. There was 7, with a few wins. Marco Silva's got a very functional side. Like, that Fulham side, by the way, was basically built to give City trouble. Like with Iwobi and Traore, then the running of Robinson and Tete from fullback, the physicality of Jimenez. They were such a threatening side. Then they've got Lukic, who's an absolute warrior. They've got they're a good side. They're a really good side. Like, quietly, Marco Silva's built a really good Fulham side there, and I want to give them credit because I don't think they deserve to lose. In fact, they could have won that today, and they came out away with nothing. And I think that's really, really important, really impressive, But yeah, what a side. Fulham are. They're getting really better. And sorry, look, I got distracted then because my phone was buzzing away. I wanted to make sure everything was all right. And Nicholas sent me photos of Ruben in front of a big grand hall somewhere in London in Greenwich Park. So I think I'm going to go catch them soon and join up to them, because I haven't got much more to say right now until I think about it a bit more. But look, my final summary would be not good enough. Absolutely not good enough. Why is it not good enough? Is it because of Rodri? Probably. Is it because we haven't found our shape yet? Probably. Is it because we're missing De Bruyne, Ake, Bob? Also probably. Is it because Guardiola hasn't found a solution? Probably. There are your 4 reasons. Will he get better? To varying degrees, yes. I don't expect us to be this much of a shambles always without Rodri. I think we're very much in the Rodri... We've hit that's part of the season, and also lost Rodri and De Bruyne at the same time. It's massive blows. So you hit the bobble in the road while also losing key players. We need Ake back, man. We need that leadership in defence. We need De Bruyne back. We need Oscar Bob for something a bit different. And we need to find a solution to ensure that midfield, because I don't think currently it works, whatever we're doing. The positives for me is Ederson, once again, good saves. Kovacic, Doku, match savers. Rico was actually good going to midfield as always. And we got the 3 points. We frustrated teams. Once again, we respect Real Madrid for doing that, so we did that today. Different level, of course, entirely. They do it in the Champions League, we did it at home, but they do it in the league as well. We found a way to win, which is all that matters. I'll ruminate on that game a little bit more. I'll do a 5 things learned tomorrow at some point. For now, guys, thanks for watching this, and come on, Blues. Fix up, look sharp.